You are listening to the Stay at Home Rockstar Podcast, the podcast that is dedicated to motivation through inspiration. Hello, everybody, rock and roll. And today we're going to talk about building amazing relationships on Facebook. And in this case, it's with a real live warrior, my friend, Eberl. How are you, my bro?
I'm doing good, thank you.
Amazing. It's so good to talk to you today. Summer is finally here. I'm starting this new podcast called the Stay at Home Rockstar. And I thought that you are actually one of those guys. You're a warrior. It's amazing the kind of strength that you have, which we will talk throughout this podcast. But first, I want to talk about how I think it's amazing how when we were kids, there was no way to develop a real friendship unless it happened in person, in school, on your street. I truly think it's amazing how from the comfort of your own home, you can travel the world and its influences. That is freaking amazing.
Yeah, it really is.
I mean, we met on Facebook, right? Let's talk about that.
Some of my best friends that I've met on Facebook that I'll never even meet in person. Yeah, with you, it's really kind of a special one, though. That's a little bit different. I think it's like you say, I think it just kind of was somewhere the spirits up there just decided it was meant to be and the musical gods shined down on us or something. I don't know.
When you follow through, because we did not have any idea how one thing leads to another, and I believe, if I remember well, a few years ago, you sent me an email and you told me that, wow, you enjoy listening to my stuff and that you were listening to it while you were getting blood transfusions. I was so freaking blown away by you actually telling me that, and it kind of opened up a whole new door in my head to what friendships and creativity is all about, especially when, you told me about your situation. And then you sent me these amazing lyrics to the first collaboration we ended up doing called Living on a Machine.
Yeah, I really didn't even expect anything. I just really was just emailing just to tell you how much I like your stuff. Like you say, one thing leads to another, and we're talking about what I deal with and what have you. And I just happened to mention offhand, not even really thinking anything about it, that, oh, well, yeah, I've written some poems and some lyrics and stuff about it too. And pretty much instantly you said, well, send them to me. We'll do something with it. It just kind of blossomed from there. And now we've got 2 already and who knows how many more.
For me, as a producer, a writer, and I've been in the music business for over 45 years. And I have to tell you, it was an unexpected thing because it's exciting and it's particularly easy to work with you. It's the proof that when you connect with someone mentally, that real music that actually means something that comes from a real place, because I got to tell you honestly that you are one of the very few people who helped bring me back to why I love music in the first place. And that's probably sounded a little fucked up to you for me to tell you this.
Yeah, I consider that a huge honor because what you've done for me writing this music and, helping me get my word out. I mean, you're one of the most respected people in my world, really. So for you to say that's a huge honor.
When you're in the music business and you've been chasing the dream and your passion and your goals, something happens when you actually get on the other side of that musical iron curtain. You see things like dreams that are not really dreams, but are images that are based on ego and stuff that doesn't really matter, even what people are writing songs about, and I know what's happening with the producers and the investors and the people in the background, and it so has nothing to do with the organicness of what we're really looking for, and they don't care. It's just about return. And slowly but surely, as you work your way up that chain, all of a sudden, the artist, the organic part of itself, means absolutely nothing. I got exposed to that really hard. I got to tell you, working with you and having it flow, just like when I work with Creela, who I've been with for over 35 years, is more than an honor musically because it's a reason for me to actually do music. The only reason I ever wanted to do music in the first place was so that I can be a messenger. And who do I meet? My buddy who has messages, real messages that are warrior based and stuff that the world actually needs to hear and feel, you know? I mean, that's what it does to me.
Yeah. Well, I think it comes down to, when we had talked before that other time, you were saying that it comes down to being genuine. It's not artificial and it's not all fake and just, like you say, to make money or what have you. It's actually genuine. And I think that's the huge difference in what we do.
Now that we're opening up to each other and stuff, I'm going to tell you something else that you're really actually helping me on, and I think why your message is really important. My father passed away unexpectedly when I was 15 years old. And every single day from the day of 15 until probably till I was, 47 or something like that. Every year I said, that's it, I'm next. It's going to happen to me. And I have to tell you, fear of death has been one of my freaking worst nightmares for most of my life. Working with you and your reasoning and your messaging and watching what you have to go through and how you never ask me for shit. You never complain about anything. You live with the true goal and understanding that life is life. You take it for what it is and you make it what it is. I had somebody the other day that wrote something where they said, well, it's kind of really cool what you guys are doing. It's sad, And I wrote back to him and I said, I don't look at this as something sad. I look at this as an honor of being part of something that is really like what life and music should really be about in the first place.
Oh, yeah. Well, and it's what keeps me going. It's like I told you before. If I could reach one person and help them through their day, if not help them through their life because of what they're going through, then my purpose is served.
Actually, you told me some pretty cool stuff about some story about a woman, right, who had given up on her transferring of her blood, and she heard the song and you supported her, and then all of a sudden, you want to explain that story to us?
I happened to be on one of my kidney sites. I'm on multiple kidney sites, as I'm sure you can probably imagine. There was this one lady that she went through the same thing that I went through a couple months ago. It's just kind of hard. Sometimes you give up on life, and that's what she did. And she decided that she wasn't going to do dialysis anymore, so she quit doing it for like about a week. I got on Facebook and I told her about what I had just recently gone through, which was, as I say, pretty similar. We won't go into full details, but we'll just leave it at that. Very similar to what she was doing right now. And I told her flat out, I'm like, you don't get in there and go to dialysis like now. Within another week, if you're lucky, you're going to be dead. I said, I don't mean to be harsh, but that's the truth of it. I came real close myself. I said, just listen to this song, at least think about it, and please, unless you really, really mean it, get in there or it's going to be too late and you're not going to have a choice. About probably 2 days later, she messaged me on Facebook from dialysis.
Wow, that's amazing. Dude, and I got to tell you, I think that your message has reached many people. There's lots of people that don't actually say anything, but they get the message. Ed has got a kidney disease where he has to change his blood. How many times a week? You said 4 times a week?
3.
3 times a week. Okay. You've been doing this for how long now?
It'll be 9 years in November. 2 weeks before my birthday was when I got diagnosed. This
has just become like a routine, a part of your life, like getting up in the morning and having your coffee or brushing your teeth.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of tell people it's like you go to work and you do what you have to do to make your living and to stay alive and, have your life. Well, this is what I have to do. Some people don't like having to go to work. They don't like their job. Still got to do it. It is what it is.
Something like that, when you think that people are out there complaining about a job they hate, little problems in life and whatnot. This is the kind of life management that one is not necessarily prepared or expecting to deal with. It's not like you were born with this. You were hit with this later on in your life. What was the transition like? Anybody else that's just starting out going through this, or even if they've been doing it for as long as I have, or for that matter, even if they're not terminally ill, it doesn't matter. If you're having a fucked up day and my work makes it better, that's the point. That's amazing. Let's talk about what music does for us individually and collectively. Okay. How does music really affect you? I know, like for me, I've been in it for so long that I have a love-hate relationship with it, which is why I keep telling you that working with you actually brings me back to when I was like 15 and I really loved it, before I got polluted by what I've seen out there. But it's people like you that give me back that fire. So tell me what music does for you. And
I've always been into music ever since I was really, really, really little. My mom was very musical, and she always made sure that all us kids all did something too, mostly singing. And it's always been a part of my life anyway, but just, it means so many different things to me, it'd take me weeks to explain it all. It's my friend. It's my savior. It makes me happy. It makes me sad. It gets me through treatment when I'm having a shitty day. It's everything, really. I mean, obviously I've got other things in my life too, but definitely something that I wouldn't be able to exist without, for so many reasons.
And it probably extends your life, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, for sure. I've actually done a little experiment and kind of physically proven it. I've been having a lot of issues with my blood pressure getting way too high lately. Well, up until the last couple of days. But anyway, like up in the 200s and stuff. And that's like really, really bad. One of the days when I got off dialysis, usually I'll do all my stuff that I got to do and, go about my day afterwards and try and get what I can do done. But this day I said, you know what? I'm not even going to do that today. Today I'm going to just sit down for a minute and listen to some music and mellow out and then maybe do some stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And it went from, like I say, what was up in the 200s down to like 180, which still wasn't great, but it's not, you know what I mean? You see the difference.
Wow.
Just by listening to music, I lowered it 20 points.
Oh, that's amazing. I wonder what would happen if you did a kind of a cure where you start at one kind of music, some relaxing shit, and then you build it up to different genre stuff, right? Like say, okay, now we're going into some kind of classical thing, and then we're going into just some beautiful, say, nature sounds, right? I wonder whether you could step that thing down like a switch, you know what I mean?
It's kind of funny you say that because I kind of do that anyway, because it's like, especially at treatment, I'm there for 3.5 hours sitting there not being able to move pretty much. I mean, I can move a little bit, but not very much. Really, depending on my mood in that particular day is going to depend on what I listen to. If I'm in a nice, somber, mellow mood, then I'll listen to some of, say, for instance, some of Buckethead's really, really mellow stuff that he does. I'm really into instrumental stuff. I'm not really much into words when I'm at treatment.
Okay.
There might be other times when I'm a little bit hyper and, just want to get out of there or whatever, or feeling really good or whatever, and I'll listen to Tony McAlpine or something a little bit heavier, a little bit faster, and it just kind of all depends on what mood I'm in on that particular day. I'll listen to you quite often, for instance. All varies depending on different moods and different situations.
That's amazing, bro. The power of music, Music is a kind of a healing pathway that just kind of puts stuff into suspended animation, like diseases or lack of confidence, anything. What an amazing healer. I don't think people have pushed it as far as they could,
Yeah, it's amazing what it can do. It really is. I mean, I know what it's done for me. Like I say, if I didn't have music, then I'd have a real hard time keeping going. I really would.
Let's talk about your life being terminally ill. Okay, now, this is something that a lot of people are not going to talk about. It's a dark subject to most. At this stage of my life, like I said, with you, the fact that you are telling me that, I am your brother in arms. We are working together. I respect you as a human and as a friend. What does that feel like? How do you have to deal with this mentally, every day?
You deal with it every day. Every day is different. When you really think about it, Momo, I'm not that much different than anybody else. Yeah, I've got a terminal disease. Yeah, I'm never going to get any better. That being said, I have really, really good days. I have really, really fucked up days. I have days that I wish would never end. Last weekend, I went up this mountain trail called Switzerland Trail with my best friend, and we went up four-wheeling up there for a little while. One of the best days I've had in years.
Mm-hmm.
2 days later, I'm in the fucking hospital because my blood pressure got too high, and I'm stuck back in the hospital again. Like I say, it's a day-to-day thing. I'm not really any different than anybody else.
But like what you said about like jobs before, you know what I mean? Have you somehow been able to tell your mind that this is like your job and you've basically taken out, shall I say, the, like if it was me, I might totally be completely paranoid at every second and every day that something could happen at any second, you know what I mean? And start worrying about, oh my God, like, I could tell you, I haven't even got my will together yet, or like anything.
Well, at first it's hard. It's really hard, and especially like in my case, because I went from being a 49-year-old house painter that owned my own company, telling my 25-year-old employees, "Come on, goddammit, get your ass to work, hurry up, let's go." To 2 weeks later, I'm having a doctor tell me my blood pressure is 220. I'm lucky I'm not dead, and I've got to do dialysis the rest of my life.
Oh.
So I mean, it was like that sudden. It was hard. It was really fucking hard. You got to come to a point and you got to say, okay, well, I can either let this control me and I can let it control my life and I can let it eat me up and kill me, or I can find some balls and I can get over it and live my life.
Exactly. Are you afraid, or have you just put afraid in the background and just looked at it again like it's part of the job?
When I first got diagnosed, and for a long time, yeah, I was really afraid. When you look the devil in the face and come out of it, after that, what I deal with is cake. When you've already been there and done that and came back, it doesn't scare you anymore.
I'm not afraid anymore. Accepting that life is something that you have to invest into, and that it's not given to you for free. And this changes the game, because then you're appreciative of certain things on the inside and you're grateful. You really can't see the end, because you always know there's more to create. When you're a creator, because you're a creator, to me, not seeing the end of creation means you can't see the end of your life, because there's always something amazing to do, and we're all going to go one day. But until that moment, you might as well just keep creating, right? I don't know how to do it any other way personally. I have to create at least 3-4 things every single day. If I don't, I feel like I haven't done anything. Yeah, we did 2 songs, right? We did another song that you wrote called Terminal.
Yeah.
One of my favorite freaking songs, dude. I love the way the combination of what we do enables us to take a heavier subject and make it sound melancholy, in the sense that it's open-ended and you feel the positivity. It's not about, oh, boo-hoo, I'm fucking terminal. You're not that guy.
Well, that's why I call myself the reluctant warrior. I don't want to be. No, nobody wants to be, but I wasn't given a choice. I can either lay down and let that fucking machine beat me, or I can kick its ass. And that's kind of how I look at it.
I got to tell you, guys, these words here, terminal. What can I do now? Terminal. Who can I be now? That shit really rubs me the right way. It is everything. It means everything. The second a happy baby is born, that baby now becomes terminal. What it means is your choices will dictate your journey, and your journey will dictate whether you have those amazing fucking bloopers at the end of your last flashbacks where everybody's laughing, freaking out, clapping, and saying thank you for the amazing time that you had while you were tripping on this gift you were given. That really turns my crank. It gives me hope and it gives me energy, because there is no time or no choice about what the true end is. We're all fucking going at one time, period.
Well, yeah, of course.
So we can paint this very nice boo-hoo little fucking sorry little story about why, we didn't like what we got, or we should have deserved more, or all this fucking shit. Or we're going to understand that we are terminal. What can you do now? And who can you be now? Because from what to who, it's evolution, my friend. That's what I love about it. So powerful. I fucking got tears in my eyes right now, thinking about what that actually means, coming from you, filtered through me, and coming up with a fucking song that sounds like that. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for letting me be part of something like that, bro.
It's mutual, my brother. Trust me, it's mutual.
I gotta tell you.
Most definitely. Well, and besides that, on top of everything else, I kind of look at it too as, yeah, it's fucked up that I got this disease. Yeah, I hate it. There's days that I want to give up. you know, just like everybody else does. Yeah, it's fucked up. Yeah, I got to live on a machine the rest of my life. But how many people out there are 10 times worse off than I am? Hundreds of times worse off than I am. Who am I to bitch and complain about it? You know, live your fucking life. Do it the best you can.
Let's close off with your support system. The people that won't let you give up and that hasn't given up on you, and how you told me they help keep you alive. You want to say some words to your peeps out there, my bro?
Oh, you got me going, dude. Give me a second.
I love you, man. I love you, my bro. This is the time you talk to those beautiful, the nurses, the people, your friends, the people on Facebook who support you. Give them your fucking words, my brother.
So, you all know who you are, for one thing. I can't mention everybody because it'd be too many people. But my sister, Jackie, wouldn't be alive without her. She literally saved my life. My brother, Rick, always been there for me ever since we were little kids. Always, always. My best bro, Han, Chris, Eberl. Love you, buddy.
You're awesome.
Just anybody out there that, you know who you are. Soda Soul, Lori Dancer. I could go on and on. And these are, a lot of these people are people that I've never even met, never even will met, like yourself, that live thousands of miles away, that have been there and supported me. I can't thank all of you enough.
It's amazing, my brother. I have to tell you guys, I'm going to put some links to the 2 collaborations that we pulled together. The first song that we did a few years ago called Living on a Machine, and the other song that we just recently did called Terminal. You guys need to check that out. You need to share that stuff, and you need to absorb the information and the vibes that come from a real place. It has truly helped me get back to a part of my musical journey that I had lost. Working with a guy like you, my friend, has made me a better human being from now until the fucking very last day, my brother. And I'll always be here for you. And let's keep doing stuff. I love you, my brother.
Oh, yeah. Most definitely, brother. Most definitely. Like I say, I don't think you can ever really even know what you've done for me with this and how much it's meant and how much it's done for me. So I couldn't even say, dude, it's been really amazing to be able to do this. And, you know, because I've always, ever since I got this, I've always wanted to make it a part of helping me get better and helping me heal by helping other people that are having a hard time with it or whatever the case may be. I mean, this has just been an amazing experience all the way around, and I couldn't tell you how much I appreciate it, brother.
Oh, my brother, it was meant to be. It's one of those things that's just written in the stars. You know, before you and I were born, something knew that at this time, in this world, on that date, that we were going to connect and make this happen. When we were children, we didn't know it, but that always blows my mind, and that's the magic of following through. Guys, you're listening to the Stay at Home Rockstar podcast, talking with Ed Eberl, the total reluctant warrior. You guys totally rock, man.
This is Ed Eberl at the Stay at Home Rockstar podcast. We're signing off, and you have a great night.
You've been listening to the Stay at Home Rockstar podcast. For more episodes and videos, go visit thestayathomerockstar.com. You guys